This is from Nancy. I've heard a lot about the birth control device, Essure. What kind of harm is it causing women, and why aren't there laws in place to make it safer?
So many women personally came to me.
And what, they write you letters?
Right. And they tell me about Essure, and it's a procedure that goes in the fallopian tubes. It's almost like a corkscrew, but it's made of metals, and it's actually sharp. And when it goes in the fallopian tubes, scar tissue adheres around it, and it's considered a permanent birth control. So
you can't have it removed?
Basically, you can't have children.
Wow.
It is a permanent birth control.
Wow.
And once you have it put in, it is difficult to remove, and it's a surgical procedure, and it costs, you know, $10,000 or more. And women, first of all, we're getting pregnant on it. So we have a device that's intended to be permanent birth control, but yet women are getting pregnant on it. And then many women complained of heavy bleeding, severe cramping, I mean debilitating, to the point where they weren't going to work. But other women were going back in to have them removed, and they were having body scans, and they couldn't find them.
Oh my.
So they migrate. They don't stay in the fallopian tube. So some women found them in the lining of their stomach.
Oh,
other women, young women, their uterus is perforated, so they have to have a full hysterectomy. In some instances, just recently, the woman had the procedure, she got pregnant, she couldn't have it removed, and at 25 weeks, the coils moved, and it perforated the amniotic fluid of the baby, and the 25-week-old baby died.
Okay, so how many stories do you have to get something off the market? I mean, it's obviously no good. So how many, I mean, does it have to be like, if 25,000 women have it, then how many bad things have to happen to how many people before somebody can say, hey, wait a minute, this isn't working?
Well, that's a phenomenal question, and thanks to a unknown law called preemption, we could have 50,000 women harmed, and it wouldn't get off the market. Preemption is a law that states if it gets pre-market approval,
by the FDA?
By the FDA, under what's considered a Class 3 medical device, and Essure happens to be that device. They got pre-market approval, so they get preemption. So even once it's on the market and 5-8 years later we find out this, we got a big problem, company takes a walk.